G'day Australia, good evening Internet, and Makadi to our friends from Zimbabwe. Welcome to the Wealth Boomerang Show. Is this a show about money? Well, yes and no. The real question is, what is wealth, and what does wealth mean to you? For those who are short on cash, additional money may give you a feeling of wealth. For those who already have millions of dollars, you may desire additional time to spend with your loved ones. An elderly billionaire may possibly be happy to give away millions of dollars to receive more years of life, or a sick millionaire may wish to give all their money for good health. Some people may want a deeper or more fulfilling spiritual connection. We define wealth as anything that you value. Whatever it is that you value most, that is what we want for your life. What is a boomerang? For our international guests, you may have seen boomerangs on TV or in cartoons. Basically a curved throwing stick. The boomerang has been used for thousands of years by Australian Aborigines for hunting and sport. If you throw it correctly, a returning boomerang will come back to you. However, if thrown badly, you may lose it forever. Welcome to the Wealth Boomerang Show. We believe that whatever you value is wealth to you, and we believe that whatever you send out will come back to you. Every week, we speak to people who have operated their wealth boomerangs correctly. They may have boomerang back from tragedy to triumph, or boomerang back from rags to riches. Either way, their stories will touch, move, and inspire you and instruct you on your journey. So sit back, relax, and welcome. I'm your host, Yvie Britton, and this is your Wealth Boomerang Show.
Your head is there to dream your dreams. Your feet are there to follow through. Your heart is like a boomerang, boomerang. What you send out comes back to you. Boomerang, boomerang. Boomerang, boomerang. Look inside and you will find all your wealth's inside of you. Wealth starts inside your mind.
Yvie Britton was born in Zimbabwe just after the War of Independence from the UK. She grew up during Zimbabwe's golden years when there was plenty of food, business was good and inflation was under control. However, by the time Yvie was in high school, the country was having problems with politics, wages, land reform, strikes and rapid inflation. The devaluing of the Zimbabwe dollar led to empty shops and widespread food shortages. Yvie was able to apply for university in Australia and left Zimbabwe at age 21 to study accounting and commerce in Brisbane. 10 years later, she's running her own business. She's married to an Aussie bloke, both of which make her very happy. Yvie, welcome to the Wealth Boomerang Show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, according to all of our research on Zimbabwe, we know that there's some wild animals, there's some amazing things in Africa, and there's also 16 official languages in Zimbabwe. What language does your family speak at home?
Well, we speak English and Shona, and we mostly mix the languages at home. So sometimes we speak what we call Shonglish, so it's kind of like a third language in between there.
Kind of like Chinglish?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
kind of like Chinglish. So sometimes if you hear us talking, we'll break from English to Shona at the same time, which can be very confusing if you've never heard it before. You know, but it's fun. It's fun. It's good.
For people in Australia where there's only one language, it's very confusing. You speak Shona and English.
Yes.
The other languages, the 16 other languages, do you understand any of those? Yeah.
Not really. I kind of can understand a bit of Ndebele, which is somewhat similar to Zulu from South Africa. That's the one with all the clicks in it.
Okay. Can you teach us any?
Any Ndebele or Shona? Which one?
Whichever one's most amusing.
All right, probably.
The clicks is kind of like the gods must be crazy, like the little guy with the Coke bottle.
Yes, it is, but unfortunately, I don't know all that much for me to actually say much. But I can tell you what a frog is.
Okay.
It's many frogs. It's amaqoqo.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So if people watching, just remember that word. Next time you go to Africa, you can actually know. There's some frogs over there. I imagine life in Australia is very different to life in Africa.
Yes.
What were some of the things that you first noticed when you came to Australia?
Lights.
Lights.
Lots of lights. Because when I left Zimbabwe, we were going through the shortages of electricity. So we'd have one day with electricity, one day without, and we wouldn't really know when it was all going to happen. So it was a comfort coming to Australia to be coming down on the plane, and you could see so much of the country, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, there's so many lights, what am I going to do with this? And that was the highlight, but the first highlight of my landing in Australia, the lights.
There's electricity.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And just ease of access of everything, you know, and, you know, being able to go anywhere in the city at any point in time at night and know that you're still safe. That was what was really good and different for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids, when they go to university, that's their first time out from home. But you were going first time out from home, out to university, and also to another country. Like, how scary was that? How difficult was it to adjust?
It was, well, for me, it was actually quite exciting because I had wanted to travel all my life, and for me to know I was not only going outside of a country, but I was going to the other side of the world, literally for me. It was just so out there. And so I took it on with a very positive light. My first day was a little bit scary because I was like, I'm all alone. There's nobody else but me here. You know, I've traveled all this way, and there's no one to, you know, I can't pick up the phone and just drive down the road to Mum's house.
No one to tell you the right bus to catch or where to get your food from or
exactly,
things like that.
And not many people that I knew at all, you know. So it was a little bit scary that first day, but I was too excited most of the time to even think that I was just by myself.
I imagine, like, Australia's got a reputation for being very multicultural, but of course there's some people around who may not have met anyone from Africa, haven't been there, don't know what it's like. So what would you say to them is probably the first understanding that they need to have?
Well, that what you see on TV, the animals, and all that, is not exactly that. It's basically just like going to the city sometimes, but it just feels different.
It feels different.
Yeah.
So you go to the shopping mall and there's lions and tigers and bears roaming around in the street?
No, there's people.
Okay.
There's people. Just, a lot more darker people, that's all.
A lot more darker people.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to throw to a break. When we come back, I want to have a bit more of a chat about what you studied and how you started your business. So
Awesome.
we'll be back.